U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has criticized California politicians for their response to the deadly wildfires, stating on his Truth Social platform that they have no idea how to extinguish them. A massive wildfire broke out in Los Angeles, California, USA, on January 7th, spreading rapidly across several regions. The blaze is currently affecting major areas, including Hollywood Hills, Pacific Palisades, Eaton Canyon, Altadena, and the Malibu coastal region. Local authorities are on high alert as efforts to contain the fire continue. Devastation across the second-largest U.S. city, including the upscale Pacific Palisades, has claimed 11 lives and forced 100,000 residents to evacuate. Early estimates from the AccuWeather Forecasting Service place the damage at over $50 billion. However, if the fire spreads to densely populated areas, this number may have to be increased. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has accused California officials of mishandling the deadly wildfires sweeping through Los Angeles, calling their response incompetent. The rapid spread and ferocity of the wildfires engulfing Los Angeles have strained the city's firefighting capabilities, sparking criticism and raising concerns about the state's readiness. In the Pacific Palisades neighborhood, hydrants ran dry as one of 5 major fires swept through the area, while water shortages also hindered firefighting efforts in other regions. With just over a week until his return to the White House, Trump has unleashed a string of unsubstantiated attacks, accusing California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom of mishandling the crisis. For the past 30 to 40 years, flawed policies, driven by radical environmental groups who filed lawsuits and influenced politicians in Sacramento, have been repeatedly implemented by Democrats. The result? We're seeing the same catastrophic outcomes in California time and time again. California has a Mediterranean climate, making it one of the richest and most beautiful places on Earth. As the largest agricultural state, it benefits from fertile soil, abundant sunshine, and water. The result? Thriving vegetation and lush growth. If you look at the way Los Angeles has been developed, you'll see that it's surrounded by hillsides that, for over a century and a half, were mainly managed by farmers and ranchers, where grazing took place. California has not received much rainfall this year. If you look at agriculture, we're down in land that's being farmed because of lack of water. This means when farms don't get water, the LA basin also doesn't get water. Late fall and early winter are typically peak wildfire seasons in the region, and with no significant rainfall this winter, vegetation has become extremely dry. Additionally, colder temperatures, along with the Santa Ana winds, strong, dry gusts blowing west from Nevada and Utah into Southern California, have fueled some of the most destructive fires in the area. Dry land, high winds, and water shortages have consistently loomed over California. It's the scale of the problem that has worsened. As you build and add more people and homes in the Los Angeles basin, if there isn't an adequate and abundant water supply and you're rationing water, the people building those homes and the city planners aren't creating green spaces or building fire breaks. If you push farmers and ranchers out of California, guess what? There won't be animals to graze the land. A combination of proper land management would solve all of these problems. Now, what's going to happen? Just like they've done for the last 20 years, California is going to turn to the federal government and ask for money. President Trump and the Republicans in Congress will say, look, we're just not going to keep doing the same thing again. Trump has hurled blame at Governor Gavin Newsom, whom he has feuded with for years, for the wildfire crisis, proclaiming he should resign. In a post on his social media site earlier in the week, Trump wrote that Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water to areas now burning, alleging he prioritized small fish over California residents. Some of the most valuable real estate on the planet has been reduced to ashes, burned to the ground, and it all should be rebuilt. But it can only be rebuilt when California decides to actually use the water infrastructure that's been in place for the last 100 years. They need to put it to use and allow the water to flow into places like Los Angeles. They also need to bring the timber industry back so that logs, dead trees, and other debris can be efficiently removed from the forests. Additionally, managing vegetation growth and building fire breaks is essential. That's what needs to happen. Let the water flow. Let the animals back on the land. Let's mow the grass, clean the forests, build proper fire breaks, and create green areas. That's how we solve this problem. As a result of the Green New Deal and the climate change agenda, the Democrats, the Biden administration, and the Gavin Newsom administration have stopped logging, halted the timber industry from cutting trees, prevented farmers from allowing animals to graze, and stopped water storage, all because of the climate change agenda. This radical idea, what they call a Green New Economy, is actually a red one. It's a system that brings death and devastation. And these policies have been in place in California for a long time. Newsom sent a letter to Trump dated Friday and publicly posted to his X account, inviting the president-elect to survey the devastation firsthand and meet with fire victims and first responders. The California governor said Trump has not responded to his invitation as of Sunday. At least 16 people have been killed by the Inferno in the Los Angeles region, and officials warn there will likely be a lot more added to the death toll. The wildfires have scorched roughly 40,000 acres and destroyed more than 12,000 structures.